You are over the speed limit. 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 You are over the speed.
About 8 p.m. this evening, police were called to an accident that occurred on Beddington Road at Oatlands. There were 7 children involved. 4 children have been confirmed deceased, 3 of which are female and 1 is male. Their ages at this stage can't be confirmed. 3 children were conveyed to hospital. At first we were told one of the boys that was conveyed was in a critical condition, but we've been now told that he is in a stable condition, and 2 young girls have also been taken to hospital and they have sustained non-life-threatening injuries. They're both at Westmead Children's Hospital.
This is a pretty confronting scene for anyone. You guys are trained, but I can't imagine this is easy for you guys.
This is about the families at this stage. They've lost 4 children and 3 are in hospital, and it must be devastating for them.
What can you tell us about the driver?
The driver is a 29-year-old male who's local to the Oatlands area, and in his car he had a 24-year-old male passenger, and he was driving a dual cab 4-wheel drive Mitsubishi Ute.
It is early in the investigations, but what do you believe that alcohol may have played a factor in this, or speed?
The male has been arrested and has been taken to hospital for mandatory blood and urine tests, so the investigation is still very early.
We were called to reports of a number of pedestrians hit by a vehicle. When the first crews arrived on scene, they were confronted with carnage. Very, very difficult scene with obviously a lot of chaos.
What can you tell us a little bit about how the patients were that were conveyed to hospital?
The patients were conveyed 2 with non-life-threatening injuries. The third patient, it was thought that they were quite unwell, but it subsequently seems that they are in a stable condition.
Have you treated any of the family members for shock? There was an extremely large number of ambulance officers on scene, and can you tell us how many have responded?
We had approximately 18 paramedics and a couple of doctors that had joined the scene, a couple of scene commanders. We didn't treat any bystanders at the scene, but no further people were conveyed to hospital other than the children.
Can you tell me how hard it is for your members when they come to a scene like this?
This is incredibly hard for all the emergency services, notwithstanding the loss that the families have sustained. It's very, very difficult for police, for fire rescue, for paramedics to be confronted with such chaos and such carnage. And we have a number of support systems that we've put into place this evening, and that'll be ongoing through the coming week to just make sure that we're looking after our blue family.
All right.
What would you like to say?
My name's Daniel Abdallah. I have a wife, Layla, 6 beautiful children I've been blessed with. Yesterday I lost 3 of my children. I had a cousin, Bridget. She lost her daughter as well. I don't know what to say. I'm numb. Probably that's how I feel at the moment. All I just want to say, please, drivers, be careful. These kids were just walking innocently, enjoying each other's company. And this morning I woke up, I've lost 3 kids.
Can you tell us about the kids?
Anthony's 13, very handsome boy. He's loved basketball. Actually, he woke up that morning and said, we're going to play this game for Kobe. Angelina, she was my MLH, my little helper. Anything I needed, she had my back. And Sienna, she was my little diva, little actress. They've gone to a better place.
How old are the girls?
The girls were, Anthony's 13, Angelina's 12, and Sienna's 9.
Person recovering in hospital with critical injury?
Liana's okay. She's 10. We had 6 kids under the age of 10, under 10 years and under. It was beautiful. We loved it. It wasn't a problem. That was my full-time job. I always say full-time father, part-time worker. They were my priority. And now They're gone.
And the other 2 kids?
The babies are sleeping at their aunt's house.
The other 2 kids in hospital?
The other 2 kids, Charbel, he's in a coma.
How old is he?
He's 9. My Belle's okay. She's good, thank God. So everyone, we're all related, and they were all coming over to get babysat. And I told them, mate, just go for a walk, little walk, stay together. You guys should be okay. Give them a little bit of independence, and this is a 1 in a million chance thing.
Because they didn't do anything wrong.
No, they were just walking
On the path.
on the footpath.
I'm so sorry to
Thank you.
Please just make sure you love your loved ones, your kids especially, because you don't know when. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Thank you.
A 29-year-old man has been charged with 20 offences, including manslaughter and high-range drink driving, after 4 children were killed in Sydney. 4 children aged 9, 11, 12 and 13 were walking along a Western Sydney footpath when they were hit by a car at 8 p.m. last night. We're joined now by reporter Rani Hayman. So Rani, just take us through the events there of last night and what we know about the driver.
So just before 8 p.m. last night, emergency services were called here to Oaklands near Parramatta following reports that multiple people had been hit by a car. Witnesses say that when emergency services arrived here, neighbours were already working on 7 children who had been hit by a 4-wheel drive. 4 of those children were killed here. They died at the scene. 3 of those were girls and 1 was a boy. Now, there is also another boy who is in a critical condition in Westmead Children's Hospital, and the 2 other girls are also in Westmead Children's Hospital, but they are in a stable condition. Now, recently we've learnt that the driver of the car, a 29-year-old man, has been charged by police. He's been charged with 20 offences, including manslaughter and high-range drink driving. We understand that he was also travelling with a 24-year-old passenger in the car. He is expected to appear at Parramatta Bail Court today.
And Rani, the father of 3 of the children who were killed, has spoken. And what did he have to say?
So the father of 3 of the children, that's right, Daniel Abdallah, spoke to us earlier on. He was obviously devastated by what's happened. He was surrounded by his family as he fronted up and had a chat with us this morning. 3 of his children, Anthony, 13, Angelina, who was 12, and Sienna, who was 9, were killed. His cousin, Bridget, also lost her 11-year-old daughter in the crash. He says that he was devastated by what's happened.
And Rani, of course, so devastating for families, the community there. How have they been responding?
Yeah, well, this is a pretty tight-knit community here at Oaklands. I've spoke to a number of people on the street around here today who have said that they're also completely devastated and shocked by what's happened. They haven't heard of these types of things happening here before, and they have said that, there's been children here from the local school who have been coming down and putting flowers at a makeshift memorial just behind me here. We spoke to one resident. His name is Peter Gillian. He has his own daughters, and he said that this has also affected him.
This hurts everyone around here. Whether we know the family that's hurting, I give them my deepest and deepest condolences. I have 2 girls of my own. Sorry. You just got to feel for them.
So obviously there's been a great outpouring of support for the family here. We did see some really devastating scenes here today, and I suspect that will continue throughout the day. It's a tight-knit community, but everyone is banding together to try and pull this family through what they're going through.
Reporter Ronnie Hayman there in Western Sydney.